Alright, today we're going to be exploring dragons. This deck's been doing pretty well in Standard, but we're going to give it a go in Pioneer. Got some minor upgrades. We got Invasion of Tarkir, which is a pretty strong dragon card. Solid burn spell. A bunch of haste creatures that can beat up the battle to flip it into Defiant Thundermaw, which is an extremely powerful dragon if you get to flip it. We've got Atsushi, which is sort of a solid mid-range threat against a field full of like black mid-range decks. If they end up go for the throating this, you can just get cards back or make treasures. We've got Thunderbreak Regent, just incidental damage when it gets removed. Both of these curve pretty well with Sarkhan. Swiftspear, good at beating up the invasion. Draconic Roar is a solid 2-mana card. It's actually kind of a nombo with invasion because you don't ever get to deal direct damage to it. But we're giving it a try. Figure may as well play it if we're going to play dragons in Pioneer. And then some Burst Lightnings, and then of course we got Nova Hellkite that curves extremely well with Sarkhan. Mana base, we have notable upgrade in Mutavault, and then Sokenzan, Den of the Bugbear, Ramunap Ruins. And I'm playing 24 lands because it's sort of like a higher curve for a red deck, excuse me. But we do have ways to sink our mana, and I have an extra sort of Mutavault in Soulstone Sanctuary, which is another dragon. Sideboard, we've got a bunch of Flowstone Infusions to help deal with the indestructible creatures from Greasefang. Redcap Melee, obviously for red decks. Volley, pretty straightforward. Some Kolaghan Warmonger for the grindy matchups, alongside some Urabrask Forge. So that is it for the list, and I will see you all in the games. Alright, opponent goes first. Sure, we can try this. Well, we are short a dragon, but still a solid start. Fable, okay. Well then. Alright, we get a dragon. I don't think Shieldred is getting it done here. All right. Solid first game. Easy. Shieldred, no problemo. Alright, we want Warmonger, Forge, and I think that's it. And then just take out that, maybe. Yeah, let's try that. So yeah, if you get the battles rolling, they're really powerful. But there's a lot of problems with them. Like playing against Greasefang, stuff like that, it can be kind of annoying. You just don't want sorcery speed removal. Also, like things like Shieldred and Unholy Annex, you can just put you in these really awkward spots where they just have these really big threats that you can't blow up. But that's just a problem with red decks, and not necessarily the Invasion's fault. The fact that it gives you like this sort of, I guess I'd call it like nut draw, where if you just get to start flipping them and your opponent doesn't have removal, they just get obliterated. Okay. So, yeah, Thoughtseize is not typically great against red decks, but it does mess up our stuff a bit. We drew a dragon, so it doesn't really matter. Do they have the Annex? Of course they do. How could they not? And you didn't attack for... You want to trade? Can't trade, right? Well, I can deal 4 to my Invasion. Could also just play a dragon and attack them. I think I'm on play a dragon and attack you. It's possible this deck could just have 2 Sokenzans, just because they're pretty nice when you get like into grindy board states where you want to finish off your invasion. Go for threat, okay. Well, if they don't have Fatal Push, I don't know how I'm beating this demon though, which is just always the case. Just no red deck has ever beaten Unholy Annex. Just like not a well-balanced card. I don't think the demon should be as big or as cheap as it is, but there's a lot wrong with Unholy Annex in my opinion. It's a cool card, but I think I don't think it was well balanced. But that is true for a lot of Duskmourn and Bloomburrow cards, right? Maybe we can get it done. Maybe they don't have the land. Maybe we top deck a dragon. If we just top deck a dragon, we're okay. We did not. So, what does that mean? Do I just shove? That's a lot of damage. So we're going to double shock it, and then they get to trade with whatever they want. Or I could wait. I mean, waiting does not seem good. This is a solid use of mana as well. I have Legend. So I can Mutavault Sokenzan for extra damage. Is that better? But I don't know. We're not. I don't think we're beating the +2 life every turn anyway. We'll see. Maybe our creature lands can cross the finish line. Yeah, they attacked me for 4. Yeah, I mean, Annex is just so busted, dude. It's so insane in this format. I mean, it's insane in all formats, but when you get to play with Thoughtseize and Mutavault, it's just a disgustingly powerful card. Okay. It's just like, what if Phyrexian Arena also killed your opponent and gained life? Yeah, what if? What if that's what Phyrexian Arena did? What if? Was it just the coast? What if? What would happen then? What if Phyrexian Arena, in addition to drawing you to making it so you had 2 cards a turn, gave you a 6/6 with flying? What if? What if that happened? Alright, well, we have the same awkward draw where, like, if we get Thoughtseize, it could be potentially problematic. But this does seem like a good hand. Ignore me. Ignore my complaining about Unholy Annex. I'm just over here playing a mono red dragon deck, complaining about cards. It's fine. I do think Unholy Annex is one of the strongest cards in Pioneer, but that's just because it's a second Fable of the Mirror Breaker. And all Fable of the Mirror Breaker really is a 3-mana Cruel Ultimatum, so it's fine. It's just a second 3-mana Cruel Ultimatum, which is reasonable, right? Opponent didn't take a dragon, which is interesting. I mean, I guess it suggests they're terrified of this forge. Sure. Alright, well, I don't have mana, which is obviously problematic. Do I want to Warmonger? I think I do. If I just draw, like, land after playing this, I think I'll be happy. And it can find me Roast, which is important. So they have to have spot removal. And they do. Love a land. Be a sad way to lose this match, but so it goes sometimes. I have 24 lands in my deck for a reason. Like, I have more lands than most red decks. Well, it's really bad for me if I just Nemesis and it dies, so we just have to hope that they don't draw Fable or Unholy Annex. Yeah, I mean, that's just going to find them the Annex, and then Annex is going to be unbeatable. They're at 8. So, what do I want here? I think I just want a stupid land. We have to kill them, right? That's our new strategy, is murder my opponent to death. I think it's a good one. Honestly, didn't realize they were so low. They just card 1 card? I'm not sure. Okay, another land is nice. Alright, so if they do... Definitely doing cards if they kill this. Alright. I mean, I could get treasures, but I think I just want the cards. There's a reason to play those. Alright, thank God. I was worried they were going to have a 6/6. Okay, no 6/6 means I think we are good to go. I can't kill them, right? Alright, what are we worried about now? Does the 6/6 even matter? So they go to 3. 6/6 is 2 blocks. I have Mutavault and a Haster. So they're just dead if they make 6/6. So I think we're in the clear. We needed, like, if they drew it that turn, it would be scary because I would have no attacks, and then they could gain life. All right, sweet. Well, we beat red black with dragon, so that's nice. GG's. All right, we are hoping they're playing creatures. Might be Lotus Field, and we might be very sad. No. Yeah. Life sucks. Life is pain. Pioneer's pain, life is pain. We might die before they put a creature into play. Which, you know, you hate to see. Oh shit, hell yeah. Opponent. Can't be going all loosey-goosey like that. Does the emblem ever matter? I'm not sure. I don't actually know. I think the likelihood this burst lightning goes upstairs is so high that may as well do it now. Oh, well, I could die this turn. Well, we would have won if we drew an untap land, so this Den of the Bugbear actually cost us. Which is unfortunate, but what can you do? Okay. Assume we're dead. So what, they pour again? Yep. But yeah, if we have untapped land, we just Invasion their face, revealing Regent. So close. Close, close, close. I really want to concede. No one wants to watch this. I don't want to be here for this. I suppose there's a chance they brick, but I don't know. If they play like another card draw spell, I'm just going to concede. I don't know. I believe in them to figure it out. Really? Okay, well, good thing I didn't concede. I don't know if they messed up or if they just got super unlucky, but get you know whatted, opponent. Alright, I don't have very many cards for this matchup, so I think we've just got to go fast, and that is it. It's very funny that I got to play both my Draconic Roars against them. I didn't expect him to just like jam a Vizier against my red deck, but they did, so that was cool. This gives me what? Pump? This is like +2 on a pump. This can kill a Vizier. It's just a haste guy. We do go down on dragons, but I think that's fine. I think I would rather have haste guy than deal 5. And I have other ways to deal. Like after the roars, if I want to like kill Grazer or the other thing, so. Yeah, I mean, this hand's not great, but I think it's a keep. I guess we're mulliganing Burst Lightning. I think it makes more sense to just assume, like, these things are enough to kill them. And Burst Lightning is +2 damage, so if they were playing removal or whatever, maybe I would do things differently, but alright, that's a Lotus Field. Alright, well I'm happy I have these instead of the deal 5s. I think I want to go after this. I don't actually know the math, but I assume it's faster if I flip this. This thing does a lot of damage very quickly. Sure. Okay, so my opponent needs to draw card draw spells. The deal 5 is higher value. They might just chump now, but like I said, I don't think the summoning sick like dragon is gonna matter for the clock. All right, well these Warmongers ended up being very nice. This is most damage. Alright, well, you've got a top deck. And then kill me with one Lotus Field? I don't think that's really doable. Also, I can draw land and then I have Mutavault lethal with Nova, so. Alright, so there's stock up. So if they had, like, pour over the pages in Thespian stage, that doesn't really do it, right? I don't know. Okay, second Lotus Field, sure. You have to not be dead. So this puts them at 4, so they can't pour. I don't think they can really do anything here. Nice. Love to see a Lotus Field deck just do nothing and die. Alright, GG. Alright. Opponent goes first. This hand is loose. We'll try it. I have Dead and plus Invasion. Maybe I can just flip this. Yeah, this hand is not going to beat Lumra. It would appear we are pioneering. We're pioneering and pioneer. I drew a lot of lands, but I don't even know. Like, if I drew like best possible is probably dead. If this deck has Spelunky and it, I don't know, it's kind of broken. If it doesn't, it's kind of shitty. Fortunately, we have no pressure. Realistically, this is just another Lotus Field deck. It's just the same shit. You just do nothing and then you win, or you die. That's just... It's just Lotus Field reshaped. Maybe it has, like, faster nut draws, but maybe it's, like, worse against Graveyard Hate and removal, stuff like that. But it's all just the same. It's just linear combo, just the Pioneer Classic. Well, we can see what they do. I don't actually really know. I assume what they get a bunch of Lotus Fields and then things that copy Lotus Field. They're going to have like 1,000 mana. I don't know. All they need is Illumina, I think. Once they get Illumina, they can just make infinite mana by making Illumina copy, Legend Rule, getting this back over and over again. Okay, so we have 4 Lotus Fields. And they need to mill Illumina, I guess? Sacrifice this, mill 4 cards, return a creature. This has become an educational video about... Okay, sure. So it dies, it resolves, and then you copy it. But you still need to find a second one, right? Or is that not the case? Okay, so that's the second one. Got it. So yeah, now they just keep doing this and they can deck me. I guess they probably could just deck me with the board as it's sad anyway. Well, it's blue-green combo again, so I think we're just boarding the same way. I assume this deck is probably pretty good against red decks. But yeah. I could record another match. I think I'm going to call it here. Like, it's unfortunate to have a video that's just Lotus Field and Lumina in it. But, you know, we're playing Pioneer. Like, if I spent all day trying to get good gameplay, I still wouldn't actually really do that. People just play combo decks. It's not even like... Yeah. Okay. So we need a land. If we get a land, maybe this hand can do stuff. Yeah, there's Grazer. Grazer's a good one. Like an invasion phase, Draconic Roar, reveal dragon, attack invasion to 3. And then Nemesis can finish it next turn. I think this is max damage. I'm not sure if it's the best use of my mana, but... It is the best use of my mana. I'm not sure if it's the best use of my treasures. What I meant to say. That's unlucky. Well, they just had a double Grazer draw, so my red deck is going to lose to it. So it goes. Draw land, I guess. Do I have lethal if I draw another land next turn? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. I wonder if they're bouncing Invasion. Okay, so that's their spelunking. Maybe they can go off now. Escape Shift and Illumina. Be very unlucky if that was their last two cards. So they have Illumina. That's unlucky. So they top deck this. They either top deck this, Scape Shift, or the Illumina. Well, either way, whatever. Alright. Alright, 2-1 with Dragons. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.